Italy, 1944. After British and American forces successfully invaded Italy, 30th Fighter Squadron was operating on the west coast out of an airbase near the town of Santa Maria. We'd been hitting the enemy hard with P-40 Warhawks, but then came orders to transfer to new planes, P-47 Thunderbolts. My boys were initially disappointed about the news, and I gotta admit, just seeing that huge barrel made me want to join the Royal Air Force. Anyway, without further ado, let me introduce you to some of the finest pilots of the squadron, the boys of Hammer Flight. This is Captain Jake Thompson and Banana Zader. Yeah, I know, but he insisted on getting that painted. Jake is my right-hand man, and he's outstanding at keeping everyone's spirits up. He's equally gifted at ruining the day for the enemy pilots every chance he gets. This is Second Lieutenant Alan Ambrose. The Rivermouth Reaper name was given to his plane by the boys, naming it after his hometown, following a recon mission where he shot down 3 109s. Alan doesn't talk that much, and he didn't even mention those kills, but it was discovered by technicians who happened to take a look at his gun camera film. After that, ground crews have known him as the Grim Reaper. Here we have Warrant Officer Vince Haynes with Blue Tiger. Naturally, being the youngest pilot in the squadron, everyone suspects the plane is named after his favorite bedtime toy back home. Vince is our young buck, with lots of raw talent, but maybe, sometimes, he should listen to the grown-ups. This P-47 belongs to Captain Thomas Seabrook, who named his jug Mancubus. Yeah, and I was stupid enough to ask, and the answer was, it's the descendant of Succubus and Incubus. Apparently, I missed the Monsters 101 class. Thomas is my go-to guy for all the technical questions. He's really interested in how things work, and since he always has that aircraft manual with him, the rumor is he reads it before bedtime and even on the toilet. Well, I guess that just leaves me, Major Mike Haywood, for last. I'm the commander of this wild bunch, and my ride is called Slapshot, in honor of Detroit Red Wings center Sid Abel. Today we're riding out on our first combat mission. After weeks of rigorous training on our mighty P-47s, we are ready. I sure hope mighty will mean more than just the size when the bullets start flying. Our first target is some godforsaken village about 100 miles north where German artillery is harassing our advancing troops. So, HQ decided to let us loose for the first time. We're carrying everything but the kitchen sink, and we don't intend on bringing anything back. So I guess the Germans are going to have one hell of a wake-up call.
Hey, Hammer Leader, what is this? I thought we were the only flight on this mission.
Yeah, Jake, we are. But I can see why you're confused. However, what you're looking at actually are trucks. Count their wheels. That's how I can tell the difference.
Sir, I can clearly see why they promoted you to Major.
Remember what I said about Jake keeping spirits high? Alright, listen up. We're going straight in on the target. Try to knock out any AAA with rockets. Second pass is going to be with bombs, and then strafing runs after that. Everybody got that? Vince, were you listening?
Yes, sir.
Honest to God, Vince, you start any monkey business on this flight and I'll have you peeling potatoes for a month.
Sir, yes, sir. I hear you loud and clear. Hammer Leader, this is Hammer 5. I'm in position, ready to go.
Roger 5, Hammer Leader moving. Let's go see if these birds are worth a damn.
Yeehaw!
Apparently, there was no need to wake up the Germans because they'd been busy at it since dawn. Their howitzers had been firing like there's no tomorrow, and for many of them, there wouldn't be. For our troops, this constant harassing fire was becoming very troublesome. The Germans had pre-targeted road intersections and shells were splashing down anytime any movement was spotted. That battery was defended by a motorized infantry company and reinforced with half a dozen tanks and rocket launchers. Additionally, all entries to the city were guarded by 75mm anti-tank guns. In a nutshell, we were most definitely entering a target-rich environment.
All right, everybody, get ready to look like a combat pilot. I have the target in sight at 2 o'clock. ETA, 2 minutes. All attacks from west to east. Entry point south, exit out of the village. After your attack, break right and pick your next target while you circle.
Hammer leader, how do you want to bomb? Do you want us in line or what?
Negative. We shock them with a simultaneous drop. I'll give the order when to dive.
Hammer leader, are we dropping everything on that pass?
Roger, Hammer 5. My goal is to drop 10,000 pounds of explosives on them all at the same time. But first we hit tanks or anything shooting at us. We form a right-hand carousel and go in from that one by one.
Hammer 2, copy.
I bet he thinks the Germans will get dizzy when they see our fancy maneuvers.
Very funny. I hope you can crack tanks as good as you crack jokes today.
This sector had been fairly quiet while we were training. The Germans had naturally got used to it and didn't forecast the sky raining fire down on them, but it did.
Achtung! Feindliches Flugzeug!
Alan, you circle in reserve for a minute in case something important comes up and we need your rockets for it.
Hammer 4, copy.
Okay, let's do this. Hammer leader turning right and starting rocket attack. Get in line and call your targets before shooting.
Hammer 5, ready.
Hammer 2, copy and following.
Copy for Hammer 3.
Hammer 4, waiting for orders. Yes! Here we go, boys.
Hammer 2, artillery position, far left.
Hammer leader going after machine gun next to warehouse.
This is number 5. I got a Panzer, northwest corner of the village. I'm going for it.
Weiter, vorwärts!
Hammer 3 taking out a machine gun on the eastern edge of the village. It looks like there's some sort of gun positions too.
Good hit. He's not shooting anymore. All hammers climb to 3,000 over the village and get ready to bomb. Jake, artillery positions are yours. Hit them again. Everyone else, aim for the main road. I see a couple of tanks and some half-tracks down there.
Hammer 4, can confirm. Multiple vehicles moving out of the village.
Hammer 4, turn quick and see if you can take out a tank or slow them down. We're in right behind you, so get out of there fast.
Copy. Diving already. tank immobilized. Hammer 4 disengaging. Come on in.
Copy that. Hammer flight. On my mark. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I gotta say, I kinda feel sorry for them. There can't be anyone alive in there after that.
We had created a fiery pit of death, agony, and torment. It seemed like nothing could possibly survive that inferno. We could see all the mangled tanks burning through the clouds of smoke. The smell of burning fuel, metal, and human flesh was everywhere. As I had hoped, the shock effect of all those bombs in such a tight area had taken its toll, and the Germans were acting on pure survival instincts. Everybody was trying to escape the village, and organized AAA was non-existent. Nevertheless, this was not the time or place to show mercy. After all the rockets and bombs were expended, every plane still had 8 heavy machine guns and extra ammunition, and it was now time to destroy anything left.
Get ready to make straight for the attacks. I'll make a low pass first to see if there's anything to shoot at. I can't see shit from up here because of all the smoke. There's a bunch of trucks and a light tank on the west end. They're forming a column up on the main road. Hammer 4, hit that tank with any bombs you still got. We can't let them break out into the forest. There's so much smoke, I bet they have no idea how much ordnance we're still carrying. If you nail that tank, those trucks won't take the chance of getting bombed out in the open. They'll turn back in. We can trap them on the road and shoot them up like fish in a barrel.
Hammer 4, copy. I have the tank in sight. 15 seconds to drop. 10. 5. Bombs away.
Alan, you need more practice. You missed that tank turret by at least 5 feet. Great job, buddy. Great job.
Thank you, sir. I guess that counts as a kill.
The fear of more bombs dropping on them drove the rest of the runaways back to the village. Under the circumstances, hiding in smoke was not a bad idea. It made our attacks more difficult and definitely more dangerous, but this was what we had been trained to do. Destroying enemy transportation and its ability to move quickly was the first priority task assigned to the squadron. So we made sure the Germans were walking after we were done.
All right, boys, the shooting gallery's open. Destroy every goddamn vehicle you can see. Move it or not, if it has tires or tracks, I want it full of holes or burn it. Hammer leader going in.
The mighty Jug had been everything we secretly wished for, and she passed her first test with devastating effect. However, we also made one terrible mistake, one that would cost lots of lives in the coming days. True to its name, a beast made of steel had lain still until the hunters had run out of anything that could hurt it. We had failed to spot the most feared tank in the German arsenal, a Panzerkampfwagen 6, commonly known as a Tiger, waiting patiently for our attack to end. With a weight of 57 tons, an 88mm gun, and armor nearly impervious to Allied tank shells, the Tiger was a nightmare for our ground troops. It could easily hit our Shermans from over a mile away, and the result was devastating. All we could do was watch helplessly as this behemoth moved onto the road. Of course, Vince was the exception.
Guys, what the hell just drove onto the road?
It looks like a Tiger. It must have been hiding in the smoke while we were attacking.
Hammer 5 is going to teach this guy a lesson. I'm not leaving that without a scratch. Watch this, boys.
That's a great idea. You show him.
I think he broke it. The commander was clearly trying to surrender.
Hey, quit horsing around.
Sir, yes, sir.
We should have destroyed that tank. It's gonna be a big problem for our advancing troops. Get your asses back in formation. We're heading home.
Sorry, Skipper, but you gotta admit, Vince came very close to winning the whole war for us.
Yeah, that was a spectacular failure, I'll give you that. But I just hate leaving that tank there untouched. I got a bad feeling about this.
Intelligence later discovered this battle-scarred commander was Major Karl Schneider, one of the few remaining elite veterans in the German Wehrmacht. Earlier, he had fought on the Eastern Front against the Soviets, where he had specialized in hit-and-run tactics with a small detachment of troops, or even by himself. But here, lucky for us, it was only him and his crew. Or so we thought.
Fliegt nur, fliegt. Der Tag der Abrechnung wird bald kommen. Hand am Arsch.